And my brother, John William Nicholson, like I said, went to school here for 8 years, 1 through 8. Warren Jeffs was the principal. He was in the same grade, the same age, the same class for 8 years, every school year, with Brent Jeffs. Brent Jeffs currently has a book that he's just released called The Lost Boy. It talks about his experience here at Alta Academy with his uncle Warren Jeffs, and also Leslie Jeffs and Blaine Jeffs. He's accused them of sodomizing and abusing him, molesting him here at the school.
Yeah, they were good buddies, but when those allegations became public and everybody was gossiping over it, Johnny went to Les about it. And I don't know if he went to him to ask him, if he was really involved or if that was just something Brent made up, or whatever the answer was, he didn't like it and he got mad. I mean, mad.
Johnny heard that there was to be a rally on the steps of the Capitol building. They were trying to rally people in support of the Lost Boys and Brent Jeffs to support him in coming forward with the truth about what happened to him. The day before that was supposed to happen, he asked that Brent call him. He had to talk to him. He had something that was a burden that he'd been carrying that he needed to talk about.
I had heard through, Richie and stuff that Johnny was coming out and wanted to talk to me and had something to say to me, and that was that. I mean, I never really heard anything else, and then I heard that accident happened, and he was no longer here with us. I was absolutely blown away because I thought, maybe there was something there. Maybe he knew something.
It was the week that Brent came forward with his truth was the same week that my brother was found dead. You said I wondered if one of Wallace's boys messed with his equipment?
Well, they were climbing with him, and I always blamed, or I shouldn't even say blame, because I didn't blame it on anybody, but if I was going to blame somebody, I'd pick them. And the link there is that I put Johnny under... Now, I don't want to discuss this right now. It's going to be offensive to my brother, and he doesn't need to hear it. Just about Warren Jeffs being a sodomizer and a child molester. If you want to hear it out, you can sit down. Anyway, all I was going to say is I put pressure on Johnny because Brenda pressed charges against Warren, and Johnny obviously cared enough about that he got in Les's face over it. I was suspicious that Johnny had been abused by Warren. So when I had him away from other people and it was just me and him drinking beer, driving around or something like that, I says, there's something going on, or something happened to you like what happened to Brent. First he just said no, and the next few times I asked him, it's, well, why don't you let it go? And he kept dodging the question. And finally one day I asked him point blank, I said, Johnny, for some damn reason you're scared shitless of him. I could get called to see Warren Jeffs for one of my sins, and I'd face him like he was the devil and piss on it for all I cared. I wasn't afraid of him. But getting called to see Warren was enough to damn near petrify Johnny. I couldn't understand why. And a child psychiatrist actually told me that can instill, having sexual abuse can instill a fear of that person for the rest of your life, no matter how old or big or tough you get. And I was concerned that there was a correlation between his fear of Warren Jeffs and something that might have happened up at Alta Academy, like in Brent's situation. He never did tell me yes. He never did tell me absolutely not. I was never touched by him, but he said he knew of something. And that might have been his way of getting out of the conversation without having to bear the shame of disclosing that to me. Because that's not something you want everybody to know.
And I was just thinking, he's another kid from down there that I knew that maybe wanted to share some information with me to try and help me, but, that's the farthest it ever went, and I wish that, I could have had a chance to even talk to him for a bit, but I never had that chance.